Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome to the show. This is the Ignorant Know-It-Alls. I'm your boy, Wavy McGuire, a.k.a. the Ignorant Know-It-All, a.k.a. Genuine Stay Biting My Style with the aggressive beard. And I'm chilling with my man,
the Brooklyn Basquiat, a.k.a. the Brooklyn Debate Team. And
yo, you know what I want to tell you?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm tired of doing the AKAs, nigga. I was watching a couple videos, a couple podcast videos, and everybody got 1,000 AKAs, and I was like, you know what? I think we just need to minus the AKAs, say our names,
just go proper.
Just go proper with our code names. You know what I mean? I like that. What is it? The Brooklyn what?
The Brooklyn Border Patrol is one. The Brooklyn Bomber.
The Brooklyn Bomber. What's the new one that you just
said? The Brooklyn Debate Team.
The Brooklyn Debate Team. Because that's what we doing. That's all we do here.
Right.
It was debate. Shout out to everybody that's listening. We are live. It's 12 o'clock. Saturday afternoon from 12 to 1, 92.6 The Spot. Shout out to my man Ben. You know, he's moving across the world. Well, he's only moving to North Carolina. So the crime, the boss of the crime family is
the crime boss.
Right. They moving.
you know, I know it's Saturday, but I still want to go back to Thursday and talk about that presidential debate.
Was it Thursday? Yeah, the time is flying so much.
You know, all the days are kind of like merging together. But that debate was
I didn't watch the debate.
Disaster.
I didn't watch it at all.
Biden.
But it was a disaster for Trump as well, because this.
I don't think so.
Well, you know, I mean, Trump was able to use this debate to still, you know, it's like high school lunch battles. You know, he's snapping, he's saying whatever he wants to say. Biden, I don't know. I something is seriously wrong with this man, because I mean, I was looking at the clips. I didn't watch the full. What is on CNN? I didn't watch it, but you know, I was watching the clips on Black Twitter. I was watching the clips on IG, and he just looked horrible.
Yeah, he really did, and it's clear that, you know, Trump is lying. But the thing is, he clearly understands that he knows that he's lying. Right. You know, Biden on the other side of the podium, you know, he's just saying things, and
to say it.
Right, he's saying things, and he doesn't even know what he said. And you know, that was kind of Trump's, or one of his responses. He's like, I don't even think he knows what he said. Right. And you know, Trump was so on and so focused and so disciplined that even though he's just a straight up liar, you know, he's clearly, you know, more prepared than Biden to be president.
Right.
So you know, there were rumors, you know, after the debate that, you know, the Democratic Party is in kind of shambles, and that they will move to ask Biden to step down.
And even if they do, I mean, I don't think Kamala, would be that person to step in. I think, you know, I mean, they'll put her in for the meantime, but
you know,
like at this point, I already told you who's gonna win, and
Trump is gonna win. You think Trump is gonna?
My prediction is on.
You know, I suspect the Democratic Party, if they do move in that direction, they're gonna go for Gavin Newsom, and you know,
brother Newsom
from California.
I want the knife.
You know, you know, and I guess the question is, even if they bring in someone else, will they keep Kamala, or will they bring somebody else? You know, that's.
I mean, the only way for her to run for president, that she would have to just step down and relinquish her power. I guess as vice president,
she would have to step down.
Yeah, she would have to step down. So in order for her to do it, but you know, I'm like,
But
you don't even eat oxtail. You from Jamaica, son.
But you know what's funny about the debates? The thing that's funny about the debates is that, you know, immediately after the debates, you know, everybody goes on Twitter.
Of course.
Because Donald Trump, you know, obviously he talked about the migrants they're coming into the U.S. and taking away
all the black jobs.
Which I thought was hilarious.
What are the black jobs to you?
So the funny thing is, the internet, or these, you know, these Twitter streets or these X streets came out with a list of black jobs that will be.
Everybody's seen that list, but in what are black jobs to you? Because I know what a black job is. A black job is either a crook, a criminal,
Oh, wow.
a drug dealer, a bus driver,
Wow.
sanitation worker,
I said TSA.
ACS worker, TSA, corrections,
Corrections.
NYPD.
Popeyes. Apollo.
It's showtime.
Magic Theaters.
Yo, Magic Johnson movie theaters.
Word.
Starbucks in Harlem.
So just the fact that he said black jobs is hilarious, and you know, I can't take him seriously,
Son.
and he disarms people with his humor and with his frankness. You know, people are just like, this guy is so crazy, so
Right.
nuts,
Right.
that I'm just gonna vote for him.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same.
You know, I think that's how people think. I'm just gonna vote for this. This
Wow.
guy is so entertaining. I mean, you know, you got to give it to the guy. He's
You
clearly
have to.
lying.
Of
He's
course
lying.
he is.
He's lying
Of
to
course
his
he is.
teeth. But
Does
you
he
know,
even have any? But I'm just saying.
right. But you know, also keep in mind, both gentlemen are. You know, I think Trump is in his late 70s, right?
Right.
And Biden is what, 81?
I think he's 91.
He's 90. Well, on Thursday.
I think he gets older every time we see him.
Every time I see him, he just gets.
Yeah,
oh
he
my
just gets
gosh.
old.
You know, but seriously, it's clear that something is going on with him. You know, it looks like he has the onset of dementia or whatever it is, and
But
they
I
may
always
have to
tell
take him
you,
out.
I don't think that's him.
I don't think it's him either. I think it's someone wearing a mask. I've been
I
saying
think
that
it
for
is.
years. But you know, I'm called a conspiracy theorist. But I'm like, yo, this guy who's talking right now, right there,
Right.
that is not.
It's not him.
It's not Biden. You know, he looks
Same thing
nothing
with
like.
Busta Rhymes. It's not Busta Rhymes.
You were
I don't
telling me
understand.
that the other day.
Busta Rhymes is not Busta Rhymes. How are you on Ozempic and you lose hell of weight? You lose hella weight. And you look like the most skinniest crackhead with the best veneers out in these streets.
Because even I have to say, you know,
Right.
you have a stomach,
And then
you
there's
have
a photo,
stomach,
there's a video and a photo of you.
and then 20 days later you have
his
no stomach, you're slim, you look like
no. He was slim and then had the stomach.
Oh man.
And then I don't know what to believe now. I don't know what to believe. And that does not even look like, yo, that Busta Rhymes that you see with that jean outfit, with the acid wash jean outfit and those beautiful veneers and that cool cut, and he just looks like a bobblehead.
Mm-hmm.
He just looks like an old Spanish man from the block that's selling piraguas, and you know, it does not look like
this is all very Trumpish.
It does not look like him. It doesn't look like him. And this is what I'm telling you.
So those are the Latin jobs, the piragua.
Selling piraguas, selling empanadas, tostones. You fucking selling
Bustelo, café, La Ventana.
selling loose modelos. Those are the black jobs, the Latin jobs.
Exactly, those are the Latin jobs. Of course, you know, these are all just jokes. It's just funny.
Goodness.
You know, you have to laugh, I guess, to stop yourself from crying, because we have to tell everybody, and we warned everybody that after April, you know, we've been spreading that conspiracy that, you know, America is in big trouble. Every man for themselves. Get yourselves together, get your families together, because
hide your kids, hide your wife. It's real out here in these streets.
It's going down the fucking night.
It is going down. Everybody's getting wrapped up. Yo, did you hear that actor Bill Cobbs, who's appeared in over 150 television shows and movies, has passed away?
Yeah, no. You know,
and for those that don't know
that was a big loss.
Right. For those that don't know who Bill Cobb is, Bill Cobb, like, you would know who Bill Cobb is once you see him. He has the famous, iconic role of shooting Nino Brown once he leaves the courtroom in New Jack City.
Yeah.
That's Bill Cobbs right there. And then you would start to recognize him as you see. But Bill Cobbs was that dude. Out of all 150 movies and television shows that he's been in, that's the the movie that stands out, of him killing Nino Brown as he's exiting the courtroom in the staircase. But that's a sad loss right there, because he was such a great actor, and I think he did a lot of voiceovers as well.
Absolutely, but he lived his life. He lived a full life, so rest in peace.
Yeah, and then I was looking at some other news, some government camera, and this is stemming from the last show that we had, where we talked about, like, if aliens were to touch down in Earth or Vegas, we were gonna go party, get drinks, have fun, bag some bitches, sniff some cocaine. We were gonna do something with these aliens. So there's a government camera that actually showed a bunch of aliens leaving Earth.
Really?
Yeah, they showed, like, ships leaving, and I'm curious to know why they leaving. If they were hanging out with us, they wouldn't have left. You know what I'm saying? They'd have been like, yo, Wavy, and the Brooklyn Border Patrol had showed me such a great time, that I'm not trying to leave. But they showed them leaving Earth. I'm just curious to know why they left. Why? You know what I'm saying?
I think they know what's going down. This is all going to hell right now. It's just looking crazy for the world.
You think my man Lamont Fauci got a hold of him and was like, yo, take these booster shots?
Take these booster shots. And they're pop locking right now. And they said, oh hell no. We got to get the hell out of here. So it's crazy in these streets right now. Another thing that's crazy is that, I don't know if you know this young lady. Her name was Stunner Girl.
Is she a rapper?
I don't know, but she's associated with Ray J. And she put out a very stunning message.
I saw that
this week. She said to Ray J, instead of constantly being worried about me, Ray J needs to focus on what he did to Wendy Williams. She ain't been the same since you took her to that drug binge gang.
Wow.
So why this is important is because Ray J is also associated with Whitney Houston on the day that she passed away. Right. The rumors are that he may have given her the bad drugs or whatever it was that
was the alleged information.
Right, alleged information. The rumor, the YouTube streets are always saying that that Ray J is associated with Clive Davis, and that Clive Davis dispatched Ray J to get rid of Whitney Houston.
Well, how come Clive Davis didn't dispatch Ray J to go to Diddy's house to get them tapes? You know what I'm saying? Instead of sending Homeland Security to Diddy's house, why not just send Ray J to the crib?
Because
if he was so associated with this brother.
Because Ray J is a known runner boy, and his association with Clive Davis let Diddy know that he would not be able to trust Ray J. And, so obviously there's conflict.
If I had one wish.
Oh yeah.
One wish.
Yeah. So it's crazy. It's real crazy in these streets. Another thing that's crazy in these streets. There was a man that was caught spiking his female dates' drinks with Viagra.
Ooh,
so he was putting Viagra in their drinks just to make sure they don't get boners, because you just don't know anymore. Listen, I'm not for spiking, but somehow in my mind that made sense.
He is a genius.
Right.
He is a genius. Because there are a lot of X-Men out there. X-Men. And when I say X-Men, not with superpowers.
Oh, they have superpowers.
Once they get the Viagra gives them their superpowers.
That's right.
They have hidden sticks that's hitting you upside your head.
Correct.
And stopping you from talking.
And again, that's no me. I'm here selling my piraguas. But we have to say again, we do not condone.
And your churro.
We do not condone spiking drinks. These are just
jokes. It's not even jokes. That's just what was given.
Right. This is the information.
But just to piggyback off of that, there was another transgender that said that usually when she goes out on dates, she kind of lets all of her dates know that she's a man, right? Even though she's a female. But she disclosed this information.
Wait a minute. She's a female?
No, she's a man that's a female.
Oh, she transitioned.
Right, she transitioned.
Okay, so but she still lets them know. Okay.
Right, so she goes on dates, and she said she lets them know. And on this one particular date, she didn't let this brother know. Oh. And she pulled out, and then he pulled out, and
pulled out what?
His gun.
Oh, okay.
And was about to bust off.
Oh,
but
wow.
She wanted to bust off, and I was just like, "Yo, this is great." And this is clearly everything she was saying on the podcast.
Are we still talking about guns or something?
Well, he had a gun, and her gun.
They both had guns.
They both had guns. You know what I'm saying? They both could bust off. They both could shoot.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying?
Literally and figuratively.
I don't understand.
It's just all so confusing.
This is confusing to me. Sometimes my head hurts when I read this shit,
right.
Or when I see this stuff. I'm just like, huh?
Right.
But it is hilarious to me, and I definitely always want to make fun of it. I don't care. There was another meme that went out. They showed a group of the X-Men, which had like Xavier McDaniels, Cyclops, and
right.
All the X-Men that you see on the comics. And then there was another one that said X-Men, but it was like EX-Men,
right.
which were all bunch of men that were now females. I thought that fucking meme was hilarious. And I was just like, wow. It's real out here in the streets.
It's real out here.
Yo, I read that a 28-year-old woman from Florida was sentenced to 800 years for a horrific sexual abuse act against her family dog and her 2 sons. So she got, and her sons were 1 year old and 3 years old. So she got 800 years. And I was like, wow, they gave her all that time for committing a horrendous act, a horrible sexual act on her dog.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and her 2 kids. But yeah, I'm just like.
And the 2 kids, the kids are alive. They're okay.
Yeah, they're okay.
What
but
a
I think the judge. I mean, it's. I'm like, what the fuck is going on people's minds when you do things like that? Like, I'm just like, the dog. What did the dog have? What did the kids have to do with that? Why can't you just get some random man out in the street, drug him with the Viagra, do whatever you had to do, and then make that happen? You know what I'm saying?
Drug him with the Viagra.
But you had to do that to the dog and the kids? Like, come on.
What a weirdo.
Super weirdo.
Can't stand weirdo. And speaking of weirdos, what's up with that guy up in Harlem who claims that he's Marcus Garvey's nephew or something like that?
Son, he was on my list of things to talk about. He was on my list of things to talk about.
Who is this guy?
So this dude, I don't know who this... for some reason, this dude popped up on my feed. His name is Skabuki. Yeah, Skabuki.
I love the name.
Skabuki, right. The Skabuki sounds funny,
right.
But he'd be like, yo, dog, my name is Skabuki. I'm Marcus Garvey great-great-grandson.
Well, is he talking like DMX?
I don't know why he sounds like DMX, but that's how he talk. Yo, dog, my name is Skabuki. I'm Marcus Garvey great-great-grandson. So, for some reason, this dude has ran for mayor, has ran for borough president, has ran for state senate, has even ran for governor, and has lost completely. I don't know where he's getting his funds from, who is funding this dude.
That's the question.
But what's so interesting is that this dude had gotten arrested for randomly punching white women out in the streets, following white women, and just randomly punching them. But I mean, clearly this dude is out, continues to make videos. I don't even know if Marcus Garvey even has any children. I think Marcus Garvey is in the same lines of how Trav always talked about Harriet Tubman doesn't have any kids or grandkids. Like, Harriet Tubman could have been a fictitious person. We know Marcus Garvey is not a fictitious person, but we've never seen or heard or anything of Marcus Garvey.
They're saying that Harriet Tubman is like a composite of different people,
right?
And they just created someone,
and they just put it together.
But I don't know,
I don't, and that's the thing. I don't know, and that's the same thing with Marcus Garvey. Like, of course, Malcolm X had children, right? Martin Luther King, children, right? These are all these activists, all these people back in it have children, but I've never seen or heard of anyone that was related to Marcus Garvey or even doing like there's nothing like, you know what I'm saying? It's just Marcus Garvey and that's it.
Yeah,
and that's it.
You're right.
So who is this dude? He
No
keeps saying I'm Marcus Garvey's great grandson.
That's his campaign slogan.
Son, but you know what he did a campaign video. This nigga was like, yo, I'm Skiboogie, Marcus Garvey's great grandson. Yo, it's a shame that that oxtail is $150 a box, dog. 150. Yo, if you vote for me, I would clear all that up. So this nigga thinks he's going to get the votes of all Jamaicans because black people really don't eat oxtail like that, right? Black people eat pig feet.
Oh, okay. All
right. I'm just saying pig feet and hog mog and all that other, all that other stuff.
Right.
But we know Jamaicans are known for oxtails. So you doing that for what? Because oxtail is $150 a box. Oxtails are super expensive. So that was your campaign to go target the Jamaicans. I don't even think Jamaicans vote. The niggas are so aggressive. I don't even talk to Jamaicans. Jamaicans is like, you can say good morning. They be like, good morning, what's up on, son? Like, yo, you just mad aggressive for no reason. And I didn't even mean to yell like that.
Yeah.
I didn't even mean to yell. And I know the audio is going to sound crazy, but Jamaicans are just mad aggressive for no reason. Like,
yeah, they have aggressive accents, yeah.
They do. Like, can you imagine? Like,
even the women.
Even the what, son?
Very aggressive.
Can you imagine like a Jamaican prostitute? You know what I'm saying? Just like yo, what's up? I'm here for I'm at Hunts Point. Like, yo, how much is for pussy? And she like, well, you want this poom poom? You want this poom poom? Come here, come fuck this poom poom. And you just like, nah, I'm good, son. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do? Like, what do you do after that?
Oh my gosh.
Because she's just mad aggressive for no fucking reason. Like, that's a turnoff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a super turnoff. Like, all right, let me ask you a question, right? What instantly ruins sex besides an aggressive fucking Jamaican woman? What do you think that's out there that fucking immediately ruins sex?
Hygiene.
That's one. I had
Hygiene.
that. I was like, bad breath.
Hygiene.
A chick with no cheeks. Like, if she has no cheeks, no buns, no titties, no nothing, I can't. It's horrible.
Lazy.
That's like fucking a flat screen TV.
Lazy blowjobs. Let's just get right to it. Oh, my jaw hurts. All the.
Wow.
Just go.
Wow. Dry wigs. I think dry wigs.
But is that part of hygiene? Or?
Yeah, that is hygiene. Because you have to keep your shit moisturized.
Correct.
Why would you keep literally?
You're gonna spend hundreds of dollars on a wig, and then let it dry out.
And then let it dry out.
You gotta moisturize or whatever you have to do.
If you take the time out to moisturize your face and moisturize your poom poom, then you need to moisturize that wig.
That's right.
Moisturize your shit.
Yeah, but
I think feet is definitely, if you have fucked up feet,
right.
I think that's if you have bad acne, that's a turn off.
The thing that bothers it's not that sometimes acne on the chest.
Ooh. You ever popped a pimple on a chick's chest before?
No, that's not. Maybe I'm traditional.
What about popping pimples on a chick's back? Like if you fucking doggy style and she had nothing but mad pimples.
Whoa. Let's roll it back a little bit. Now we're getting a little too graphic for 92.6 The Spot, WKBP. We don't want to get flagged, but yeah, things like I guess we say all that to say hygiene is and especially women. Women have beautiful skin or known to have beautiful skin.
Some women don't, but a lot of the women.
Right. But the majority of them, they take very good care of their.
A chick that has hair under her arms is a turn off.
Okay.
If she has hair on her chest and maybe a lot of hair on her, like a lot of hair on her lower abdomen, that's horrible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If she has a hairy, poom poom, that's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
If she has hairy legs, if she even has toes on her knuckles and on her toe knuckles and on her regular knuckles, I think that's horrible. If she got hair in her ears, that's horrible.
See, now that's horrible. There's no excuse for having hair in your ears.
If she got a lot of hair nose, because you see these things.
These
are things like if you're upper closer person, though, that you see these things.
You see
these things. You
Absolutely.
know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's horrible, just having mad hair on your knuckles, on your hand knuckles, and then on your toe knuckles. Like, how do you do that? That's horrible.
Oh my gosh.
That means you just don't give a fuck about life. Yeah. You don't care about life.
Yeah, so basically, hygiene is pretty important.
Right. And get your whole body waxed.
Right.
Hair on your back. You know what I'm saying?
And on your back.
Ashy elbows, ashy ankles, it's just, everything is just ashy about you. That's just...
I saw a picture. I don't know why I thought of this, but it was a picture of a mom and her child. I guess her child was graduating from kindergarten. Kindergarten going to the first grade.
Right.
And the mom was in the picture with poom poom shorts
she's horrible.
Not to judge.
No, you have to judge.
But I was just like, wow, you really think that this is appropriate? So when that child is old enough to understand, he's gonna look back on the pictures like, wow, mom, you didn't even bother to get dressed.
Yeah, you didn't. Like, you just threw some regular random shit on.
No, but it's not random.
But I mean, it's poom poom shorts.
Poom poom shorts.
Like, you could have got appropriate. And these are what, pictures for school?
For school. Like this, pictures? This is a school picture. And this is how you thought that this was appropriate. For you to take a picture. It just shows that she didn't care about. She don't care about her child. She don't care about herself. She cares about herself. She doesn't respect the other children, the other family.
Yeah, it was just a photo op. She was like, "Oh yeah, I'm right." But she's there. That's horrible.
Yeah,
that's detrimental for this kid.
Yeah, I don't know why that popped in my head, but when we were talking, I was like, wow, that was just so disrespectful.
Right.
And unnecessary. But you know what else is disrespectful? I'm a huge. Everybody that knows me knows that I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
Right.
I'm into sci-fi Star Wars. Back in the 70s when it first came out, I flipped out. Just an amazing film. Filled with good versus evil. Redemption, all of that stuff. And
swords that light up.
And swords that light up. And now, Disney has kind of taken control of Star Wars.
They didn't take control. They
bought Star Wars for billions of dollars, right? And they're now putting out, spin-offs off of Star Wars. But what's happening with Disney? Disney is starting to push like personal propaganda onto Star Wars. So Star Wars is an iconic product. It has canon. It has it kind of has like a database of how things happen in the past and the future, things like that. So you don't have to guess what happens because you can just go back to canon and say, oh, if I can just draw from this, I can spin a story around this that's as close to what people are have read before.
Right.
But in The Acolyte,
and this is a series. This is a new series, Star Wars series that's on Disney Plus. So that way everybody knows what it is.
So in this show, The Acolyte, they have this lesbian cult. I guess the lesbian cult. They give birth to these twins. It's the same old story. One is good, one is bad. But
Cain and Abel.
But all of that stuff. We've heard this story a million times. But it was just the fact that they pushed this agenda. A lot of children watch these shows. That's not part of canon. Witches that lesbian witches that create children.
I didn't even know they were lesbian witches.
They were clearly lesbian witches, but leave it to Disney to make lesbians unappealing. You could have made this so interesting, so clever.
They didn't even make none of them look sexy.
It was just so ridiculous. The writing, the dialogue is just terrible. you know,
They were singing it.
And then even more offensive to show that it is a lesbian tribe. They break out the show tunes,
Right.
which I was mortified. I was like, this is embarrassing.
Yeah,
this is ridiculous. So I just want to send a message out to Disney. You know, please stop what you're doing. Get some right. Stop pushing propaganda. Get some real writers. Get some real, you know, study Star Wars. Get to know Star Wars. Know the Force is not female. The Force has nothing to do with gender. Stop pushing your own.
The Force is everywhere.
Correct.
Everyone has the Force.
Everybody has the Force. So stop pushing propaganda onto these children. It's getting ridiculous. It's getting stupid. Please stop. And the people who put out this show and thought that it was okay should be fired immediately.
ASAP.
That's all that that's my little gripe for the day.
ASAP. Yo, did you know there was black people in Alaska?
For those who have listened to us for years, the ignorant know-it-alls, you know, we've said it many times. You know, we are indigenous to all nations. You know, it's useless.
Didn't know.
It's useless to say, oh, you know, Africa or but not in Alaska. All nations, we were everywhere.
I didn't know that there were super black people in Alaska. I thought it was just Eskimos with the Eskimo flow.
The Inuits are dark.
Igloos.
Yeah, the Inuits are dark. So, you know, obviously if they're dark, you know, they get that color from somewhere, that melanin from somewhere.
But they were actually like, and they look like gang members. Mm-hmm. Like they were thug. They look like a bunch of dudes from Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. In Alaska. I was like, Alaska? Now I want to go. That's like somebody saying, hey, you know what? There's an emergency going on
outside
in these streets. But there's black people. I just lost my train. But there's black people. I didn't know.
Black people everywhere.
It's like somebody saying, "Yo, I'm from Nebraska," and you'd be like, "What? There's black people in Nebraska?"
Yeah.
You're like, "Yeah, there's black people in Nebraska." You would assume that it's just all white, and it's just mind-boggling. I saw this video, and I was like, "Yo, there are black people, like real black people, like niggas in Alaska," and I was like, "Wow." That's crazy. So I guess the next trip, like we should, instead of going to Miami for, you know, Memorial Day weekend, like niggas, we should just go to Alaska and fucking have fun out there, son.
You know, I would like to go to Alaska. I'm sure it's beautiful. You know,
I'm pretty sure that it is too.
It's probably like what, all like nature and woods. Yeah. You know, I've never been up there, so I don't know what the hell's up there. But is it cold 24/7? I don't even know.
Yeah. Well, with the video that they showed, they showed them in the parking lot, and it didn't have any snow, and they just had like regular T-shirts.
Oh, okay. So it does get warm. Okay.
So I guess it's warm out there. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Yeah. There you go. See, look at this. Every time we try, you know, look, it's like every time we sit by the window in the studio, there's always traffic and shit going on. Like, we need to sit in the back of the studio so we don't have to hear all of this bullshit that's going on.
Right.
But I was watching another video, so I read that Birdman, you know, the rapper Birdman from Cash Money, had went to a prison to speak with the brothers in the jail. And you know, it's always good to have people come out and speak to the brothers in jail. I mean, I've done a comedy show at Rikers Island. You know what I'm saying? I've worked at Rikers Island, so I already know. But, you know, for somebody of that stature to go out there and speak to these brothers, he was out there talking to them and telling them, like, yo, you know, I have the power to help you, to empower you to do whatever you want. And one of the inmates was like, yo, that's dope. So, you know, what we really need out here is we need more books. We need literacy. We need to get more books so that way we can read and study. And this nigga said, yo, fam, I don't think reading would help you at all. What is reading going to do for you while you're in jail? Son, I fucking...
You know what?
I was in disbelief, but I fucking hollered.
You know, what really upsets me is that, you know, I know you've done, right, some community service, but,
of course.
But you are college educated and you have some experience working within the community,
yes.
You know, activism and all of that. You know, Birdman, love Birdman, great, wonderful, great for him, you know, great music. But Birdman is not, you know, he's not known for his activism or intellect, and I don't think that is someone that you would send into a prison system to speak on things like that, or to educate prisoners, or to lead them in the right direction. And clearly they got what they paid for.
He'd be like, what happened to them books? What happened to them books?
Right. Because you know, I guess the music that he promotes, does not promote education.
Nah, it doesn't promote education at all.
So there you go. So this is not a surprise. And whoever was the genius that thought that this was a good idea.
You never had a conversation with Baby one time.
You did. Tell me about it.
It was horrible.
Talk to me.
I mean, we were just talking about it, and just listening to him, I was just like, yo, it was just. I know he has a lot of vision. He had a lot of vision at the time. When I was working at the label, he had a lot of
clearly
vision.
A creative, clearly a businessman.
But it just didn't seem, and it was more when I was working with Cash Money, when they created their sports management group, and that's when he signed Mike Evans, and that's when they signed all of these other football players. But it was like, me speaking with him about a couple of things, and it was just like, I was like, yo, does he really understand like the vision that I'm trying to give him, or does he understand what I'm trying to communicate, so that way we can move forward with a lot of the things that I had in mind, or I put a plan together for Mike, like, yo, we could do this with New Era, with the Caps. We could do this with Pink, which is the clothing company that does a lot of the shirts and the men's suits. And at the time, they created a new sport athletic wear for their men's shirts and their suits. So they were more athletically built. They had more flexibility. They weren't like stiff when you put on a regular suit. It wasn't stiff. So, and I was trying to give him all of these details, and I don't think, like he was grasping it, and it was just more like, Cash Money's about to take over, for the non-trade. Like he was just stuck on that mode. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was, but with all due respect, I appreciate him for giving me the opportunity.
What Birdman has is probably creative intelligence, but as far as doing marketing plans or logistics and things like that, maybe that's not something he's good at, and that's fine.
But Slim
everything
is that guy.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Slim is that guy.
Right. That's just how it is. But again, I thought it was in poor taste to send a Birdman to the prison to talk to the prisoners.
To the prison. They should have sent Ali Sadiq. He has more.
Right.
He has more. Like, he's more in tune. He's more in touch. He understands these brothers.
Correct.
He's done plenty of comedy shows. He's done plenty of speaking engagements. They should have got a brother like that.
Right. There's a lot of comedians that are activists, and they have clear directives, and that's what you should search for. So again, whoever decided on that should be looked at.
Bring Baby. That's like, send Lil Wayne in there.
Right.
Let a nigga send Arnold Schwarzenegger. He'd be like,
Exactly. You know why I'm excited?
What are you excited about?
I read something that Nas, one of my favorite MCs, they say he's trying to bring Beat Street to Broadway.
He's not trying. I think he's already accomplished it.
Oh, it's already done? Okay.
No, he's accomplished it. I think now is just getting the right actors, getting the right people. But yeah, he's doing it. Yo, you know what's so interesting? I was watching today, early this morning before I came to the studio, I was watching Illmatic, like the documentary that he did. Shout out to my man Eric Parker, who produced it and directed it. I remember going to see that, but it was on, and I just sat there and watched it, and I was like, yo, just looking at the shit that that was done just off of Illmatic alone.
Right.
Up until, doing things for Harvard University and so forth. But I was like, wow. But looking at Nas now, Nas is, he's like an angel investor for a lot of tech companies. He's invested in a lot of tech, technology, a lot of tech companies, a lot of, Silicon Valley stuff. Nas has a, multimedia group that's out there, Mass Appeal. So they've produced various documentaries, which are some dope documentaries that came out, like the Video Music Box documentary. I think he did like a couple of other documentaries like De La Soul. He signed a lot of artists. And not like just looking at Nas in that space as being a businessman. I'm like, yo, I want to see him do more. You know what I mean? And I know he's doing more, but we just don't hear about it. Like
right.
I want to know what he's doing for like, social justice.
Right.
What is he doing for, outreach? You know what I mean? I want to see him partnership. If he can't partnership because his nemesis is at the NFL, like, yo, partner with the, with the NBA and do the same kind of deal that your nemesis is doing over there at the NFL, because everything that you do, your nemesis is always watching. You drop an album, your man is dropping the album.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? So
I think Nas is sort of like a quiet mogul.
Right.
I think he shies away from the limelight as opposed to his nemesis, as we just said.
It's always in the limelight.
Right. I think Nas feels that he's able to move more effectively by just being quiet and just making his moves. And
But I want to see. I want to see if he's doing things like that. That shit would be so fucking dope. You know what I'm saying? So dope.
Does Mass Appeal? Do you know if Mass Appeal has some kind of foundation or charity?
I don't know. That's something that we need to look into.
Yeah, because he probably has it, and we just don't even know.
Right. But that's just something that needs to be out there, because I think partnering up with like a sports team, or a sports league, and just doing things out there. Like I would love to see him be a co-owner or a minority owner, maybe a majority owner of a franchise. I don't know.
Speaking of sports, we were talking.
The draft came out.
The draft came out, but I was just in my mind I was thinking how ignorant I was, because I didn't know that they had a football league in Japan.
Right. And an American football league.
Right. And it's just fascinating how outside of the I encourage everybody to really research things that are going on outside of the United States. I think it's really enlightening, and you realize that there's so much that we are missing on by not engaging with things that are going on outside of ourselves.
Yeah, we're just so used to like, everything is happening here in the United States.
Correct.
But there's mad things.
There's lots of things going, lots of opportunities.
Yeah, lots of opportunities. Like, that's what we discussed, right?
Right. So
we're gonna be moving. We're international now. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. We'll be looking for those black jobs internationally.
Exactly.
that Trump promised.
You know what I'm saying? and then we're also gonna take the ignorant know-it-alls international.
Correct.
I mean, but we're already international.
We're already international.
Shout out to everybody in Wales, Germany, Spain, Brazil, Japan. We got 2 in China. We got 2 over here in Kalamazoo.
In London,
Indonesia.
We really appreciate. We
South
appreciate.
Africa. We popping right now.
We appreciate y'all. We really love.
We really do, and we need y'all to really contact us. Hit us on Instagram. The Instagram is the Ignorant Know-It-Alls, and we are on Instagram. We're on YouTube. You can follow us on YouTube as well, the Ignorant Know-It-Alls, and you can follow us or send us an email.
Yeah, let us know,
at
because
ignorantknowitallsgmail.com.
Correct. Because we really want to know what's going on in your neck of the woods. So
and we want to put that out there so everybody in here in the United States knows what's going on.
Correct. We want to reach out to everybody.
Right.
So please,
shout out to everybody that's listening.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Lamont Fauci. He's out there. He's still pushing the propaganda about shit that's popping. Shout out to who else we need to shout out to Trump. Shout out to Biden.
I want to give a big shout out to our brother family, Tony Rock, Comedy Dynamics. Deadline reported that Comedy Dynamics acquired Tony Rock's comedy special.
Yep.
So that is fantastic news.
I can't wait for that to be rebroadcasted.
Absolutely.
And I can't wait for the new special to drop because it's about to be a fucking problem.
Absolutely.
The new special. And if you guys haven't seen the special that he put out before, wait till it's reissued and you can watch that. I know it's going to have additional edits that wasn't previously when he independently put it out. So it's going to have new shit on there. It's gonna be dope, and I'm much success for that, Tone. That was dope.
And of course, don't forget to wish him a happy birthday. His birthday's at the end of the month.
Yes,
it's
Cancer
season.
Cancer season. You're welcome. We get the summer started. You're welcome.
Oh my God.
July 10th. I'm celebrating all day, every day. Shout out to all Cancers. Cancers, you know what time it is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's mad. Hate.
So congratulations and all that.
Yes, sir.
Very, very well deserved.
Yes, sir. And on that note, we about to get up out of here. It's been a dope show. Please continue to subscribe. The show is live right now. We broadcasted on iTunes and Spotify on Sunday or Monday. We are sending notifications out through the Instagram, through the stories. You follow us, whoever's following us. Please continue, like I said, to subscribe. Leave a comment. The more numbers we get up, the more we get, continue to do other things, and that's what we're trying to do, get more sponsors. We're looking at a few right now. Shout out to everybody that continues to listen. I'm your boy Wavy McGuire, aka the Ignorant Know-It-All, aka Genuine Stay Biting My Style. I got an aggressive beard, and I'm with my man.
And I'm the Brooklyn Basquiat. We'll see you next time on the Ignorant Know-It-All.
Yo, we out of here. Holla.